With the Congress announcing its candidates for 16 seats in Kerala, the party has made its intentions known. The battle is on for Kerala. Now, to discuss Battleground Royale Kerala, I have Shibi with us, our India Today correspondent from Kerala. Welcome, Shibi. Thank you for joining me on this discussion.
Thank you.
Coming to national politics, Wayanad will be in limelight, in center stage in national politics, because two alliance partners are going to take on each other on a national level, where all they could have done was talk about seat sharing and everything. But for me, the name that struck was that of K.C. Venugopal. He's going to contest from Alapura to cross-court Rahul Gandhi here. K.C. Venugopal is going back home to Alapura. But K.C. Venugopal also has been a national level leader, and he is a sitting MP, a Rajya Sabha MP from Rajasthan. Now, fielding K.C. Venugopal, even though it is from his home constituency, fielding a national level leader like K.C. Venugopal, a sitting Rajya Sabha MP, isn't Congress now taking risks using other senior leaders and being a little foolhardy by contesting K.C. Venugopal from here?
See, K.C. Venugopal's name was considered right from the beginning itself, because Alapura was the only constituency that the Congress did not win for the 2019 Lok Sabha election. It was only state that gave some sense of relief to CPIM. So when Alapura was a constituency, they had a lot of confusion regarding fixing a candidate, and natural, obvious choice for them was K.C. Venugopal, because K.C. has been an MP there since for 10 years. So from 2009 to 2019, he was the Alapura MP. So Alapura is familiar to K.C. Venugopal, and he is probably the strongest candidate that they could have fielded. But there were a lot of dynamics confusion, because if Rahul Gandhi is contesting from Wayanad, then it might not be really appropriate, or I won't say appropriate, it might not be right for not even right, actually, I'm not getting the right word actually, but it would have definitely made a confusion regarding KC also contesting from Kerala, because we have seen Rahul Gandhi's visits in Wayanad, where K.C. Venugopal is always there. He literally coordinates his visits and everything in Wayanad. So if Rahul Gandhi is contesting from Wayanad, you need K.C. Venugopal also there in the constituency. So that way, we were all confused, how can both of them contest from Kerala? It might not be possible. So that was also what we heard from the sources also, that if Rahul is contesting from Wayanad, then no KC from Alapura. It all depends on whether Rahul Gandhi is contesting from Wayanad or not. Only after that we can make a decision. And also they had this, issue also. They did not have a Muslim candidate. None of their sitting MPs, the Congress MPs are Muslims. So they had to fill that Muslim candidate column also, because Alapura was the obvious choice for them to field a Muslim candidate if K.C. was not contesting. So these dynamics had to be worked out, and I still believe that's why Shafi Parambil has been fielded from Vadagara. K.C. had to contest from Alapura, and they want some Muslim candidate to be there, and that's why they finally asked Shafi Parambil to contest from Vadagara. But I also feel K.C. Venugopal is a MP, Rajya Sabha MP from Rajasthan. Congress is literally risking that one seat. He has his tenure completing in 2026. So, right now, sacrificing a seat in the Rajya Sabha was not something that the Congress, ideally should have done. But obviously, I feel there would have been pressure from the Kerala Congress also, because from the Congress here, because definitely they want to get that seat back, and KC is probably the only strong face they could have fielded there against A.M. Arif, who's a sitting MP. And again, I still feel there are a lot more dynamics to it also than what we are seeing right now. You never know whether K.C. Venugopal has any ambitions to, venture into Kerala politics in a while. We don't know that. We don't know about it still yet. But in that case also, it's a great option for him to, get active in Kerala, being the, if he gets elected, then he will have to spend a lot of time here. So he is in Kerala itself. He's not in Delhi. So maybe, you never know, in 2026, Kerala is going to its assembly election. So we might see some surprises there also.
What or how much these candidates bring to the table for each of their constituencies. Let's start with the biggest one that is there, that of Thiruvananthapuram. It will be the Battle of Thiruvananthapuram. Now, we have a sitting MP, a two-time sitting MP now, Dr. Shashi Tharoor. And now BJP has fielded Rajiv Chandrasekhar, and we have Panyan Ravindran from CPI. Now, Tharoor and Ravindran are known faces. Ravindran is a CPI veteran. Tharoor is also kind of sort of a veteran in a manner of speaking, because he has been the MP for the constituency for 2 consecutive terms now. But here is BJP bringing in a relatively new face to this game. What do you think is going to happen when the campaigning begins and the election heat, or intensifies? How do you think that is going to pan out within the constituency of Thiruvananthapuram?
What we're going to see is the CPI, showing a very good performance, because in the last 2 terms, in 2019 as well as 2014, the CPI finished third. It was the BJP candidates finishing second in Thiruvananthapuram. I feel this time the CPI will go on to perform really well. They will, garner a lot of their votes, because usually, what happens, a lot of left votes go to the Congress also during the Lok Sabha elections, because it's kind of a BJP versus Congress battle in the last 10 years, at least in Thiruvananthapuram. So there's been some leakage of left votes to the Congress candidate Shashi Tharoor, but I think the CPI this time will be able to consolidate all the left votes itself. So that is probably what makes it a very more bit more competitive this time. And as far as BJP is concerned, BJP as a party has good vote share in the constituency. The party, it's a party in the picture here, not an individual. So Rajiv Chandrasekhar is definitely unfamiliar in the constituency, but I can every day when I get the schedule of Rajiv Chandrasekhar, it's starting early morning and ending at night. So like he's definitely making that effort to go meet everybody personally, interact with voters and all that. So that's probably because that's definitely actually because he's not very familiar in the constituency. So that is one of the reasons. But yes, Dr. Tharoor is definitely the option, the best option Congress have in Thiruvananthapuram, because even in the last 2 terms, the BJP finished second, and it was probably Tharoor's candidature that saved Congress in Thiruvananthapuram. So he is definitely the best option they have. But yeah, I think it's the CPI this time going to perform better than last 2 terms is what makes it more tight in Thiruvananthapuram.
So Shibi, let's move on to the other T constituency, that of Thrissur. Unlike in Thiruvananthapuram, where the BJP is stronger as a party, in Thrissur, it's Suresh Gopi, the individual's charisma, aura, his personality that is probably going to drive the votes over there. But at the same time, we have Sunil Kumar from CPI. Now that V.S. Sunil Kumar is CPI's candidate from Thrissur, and now Congress has brought in K. Muralidhar. That is going to be interesting to watch, because Sunil Kumar, as a leader, he's a well-liked one. He actually interacts with his constituency very well. He's mostly been there. He is at the ground level. He's approachable, that so to speak. Muralidhar is also a known name in the sense that again, he also has the legacy with him. He also has his own personality bringing in over there, and then the fact that he is a Congress leader who is coming back contesting from Thrissur for it. How difficult is it going to be for Suresh Gopi now to win Thrissur?
See, I think it's become more tough for him right now, because so I remember everybody knew that in Thrissur Suresh Gopi is the BJP candidate. Months ago, maybe a year or 2 ago itself, everybody was aware that Suresh Gopi is the candidate. So there's a lot of discussions surrounding Suresh Gopi. And I remember somebody telling me at that time that, wait for the other 2 candidates to get on the ground. They are politicians who have been in the, in the ground since the last many decades. They have been politicians all their life. That they know ground well. Let them be on the ground. Let their names come into the picture. Then we will see how things will turn around. And I actually can sense that right now, because now Sunil Kumar is on the ground. T.N. Prathapan, the incumbent MP, is the only MP that was dropped in the list. That was actually a last minute decision, is what we are understanding, because of Patnaja Venugopal shifting sides and all that. So now it's K. Muralidharan. So K. Muralidharan is probably the only leader in Congress in Kerala who can contest from Thiruvananthapuram to Kasaragod. They can field him in anywhere in the country, in the state. In fact, uh, when you look at his electoral, career, he has contested different parts of the state. Like he's contested in Thiruvananthapuram's Nemam last time. He's contested in Vadagara, which is in the northern side of Kerala. He has contested in Thrissur, in the central part. So many constituencies he has contested, and that's like Muralidharan's, talent or charisma, or whatever, that you can field him anywhere, and that's exactly what we're seeing right now. Also from Vadagara, the sitting MP has been shifted to Thrissur constituency. That's a political move from the from the Congress's side, because Patmaja has been in Thrissur since the last many years. She contested in Thrissur for the assembly elections only in the last 2 years, so the last two times. So they wanted him to be on the ground, like the Congress needs to cover up this narrative that their leader K. Karnagaran, who is the is the most popular and the biggest leader the party has produced in Kerala. Uh, his daughter has shifted to BJP, so there's a damage control that they have to cover up. Definitely, it's not. I don't think Padmaja shifting to BJP is going to affect Congress as much, but I still believe there's a level, there's certain neutral voters who might want to vote for Congress and might, have the second thought that what if I vote for the Congress, and tomorrow what promise do I have, that what surety do I have that they will not shift sides to BJP? So among the neutral voters, this might come into the picture, because she is K. Karnagaran's daughter. And that is exactly what the left is also using as a political weapon during the campaign. Already it has started. The left leaders have been strongly attacking Congress, saying the same thing. What surety are you giving to the voters that they won't shift sides tomorrow? So that damage control in Thrissur can be controlled by K. Muralidharan, is what they feel. And of course, KC Venugopal also had to contest in Alappuzha. And they have to fill up the Muslim, candidate list, a Muslim seat also in the list. So all of this also played in K. Muralidharan coming into the picture. Now it's become game on, more of a game on, because there was great anti-incumbency against T. N. Prathapan in the constituency. Now the anti-incumbency factor is kind of kept aside. Now the contest is definitely more challenging, because it's K. Muralidharan on one side, who has the capability to garner votes, ensure that the Congress votes do not, leak. It comes to the Congress itself. And then you have Sunil Kumar, who is, I was just speaking to somebody like 2 days ago in Thrissur, who had traveled to all the 7 constituencies in the Thrissur parliamentary constituency, where he's saying that Sunil Kumar's campaigns have reached all the corners. He's well ahead in terms of campaign, at least, and it is attracting crowd. And Sunil Kumar is doing well as far as now. But now it's K. Muralidharan also. So all these three people are strong faces. And it's making more tight, actually. Like, it's getting more and more interesting with K. Muralidharan's candidates. There's no doubt about it. So for Suresh Gopi, I would say now it's a bigger challenge. Like, the left and the Congress have used their biggest weapons in the constituency. Now Suresh Gopi has a major hurdle, ahead of him, a major mountain to cross, and ensure that they win the seat. So it's going to be extremely tight, extremely tough, and a good contest to watch out.
Shibi, you mentioned anti-incumbency, but anti-incumbency can affect all the Congress's sitting MPs, considering they have been given, considering the party has given all but one of them another chance. So wouldn't that affect the prospects of Congress's other candidates in the state?
See, the contest here is now anti-incumbency in the constituency against the sitting MPs, anti-incumbency against the state government. That's how it's going to pan out, because there's anti-incumbency, very strong anti-incumbency against state government because of the delay in, the pension, the delay in salary. The state is going through a major financial crisis, and that has definitely, raised questions to the state government, questioning, what is the state government doing actually. So that is there, and even the recent JS Siddharth, the student's death in Wayanad University, has also backfired a lot politically for the left here. When we look at the constituency-wise, there's great level of anti-incumbency against most of the sitting MPs. Now, Anto Anthony, the name you mentioned, Pathanamthitta, he's been the MP since the last 20 years. Okay. When you naturally be the representative for so long, it is quite natural that there'll be an anti-incumbency factor against him. So, from what I heard from some of the sources, they did an internal survey, and some of the constituencies that came up in the with greatest anti-incumbency in Kerala included certain constituencies like Pathanamthitta, Alathur, Thrissur. All these were constituencies where the Congress's internal survey showed that there is great level of anti-growth. So they actually considered replacing these candidates also. In Pathanamthitta, we heard other names. In Alathur, we didn't hear a different name because Ramya Haridas was contested for the first time last time. That was a surprise victory, actually. That was a great victory because winning that seat, it's a strong CPIM hold. It's CPIM's forte. And from there she won. So she definitely needs to be given one more chance. But there was no, confusion regarding changing her there. But otherwise, in many constituencies, this anti-incumbency factor had come up. So Congress definitely has a bigger role to play here because, when there is this question among the Malayali crowd, like we have elected 18, it was 19 earlier, one of the Kerala Congress M shifted to the LDF later. But we've sent 18 UDF MLAs to the parliament. What have they done? Did they raise their voice for the issues in Kerala? Did they do something for the for the state, for the constituency? All these are questions that's there in the mind. We did not see a lot of Congress MPs from Kerala raising that voice in the parliament. Like on the other side, there's John Britta's Rajya Sabha MP speeches going viral. So the left is actually trying to come into the picture and make this narrative that it's the left who can oppose BJP in the parliament. Or if you're supposed to sit in the opposition, then it is our MPs who will raise their voice. So you need to give a chance to the left candidates. It's kind of a narrative that the LDF is trying to build. But again, there's a lot of neutral voters here who are seeing what's happening with the state government and the anti-incumbency factor. So it's basically anti-incumbency in the state against the state government versus anti-incumbency against the sitting MPs in most constituencies. Some are kind of a clear picture. We do have a clear picture about even some of the sitting MPs do enjoy great support from the voters there. So some of these constituencies are like in the safe zone, but there are certain constituencies. And I think the left has fielded some strong candidates in certain constituencies. Like Vadagara, it's KK Shailaja teacher. Anybody would love to vote for Shailaja teacher is a narrative that, this left has created already. There is K. Radhakrishnan who is fielded from Alathur. Alathur is CPM forte, and K. Radhakrishnan is like the most loved leader you will find in that area. That's one. Then there's Thomas Isaac in Pathanamthitta. That will be a great contest because it's Thomas Isaac against Anto Anthony in Pathanamthitta. And Thomas Isaac, going to parliament would also be a nice thing to see because of his, he's a financial expert and all that. So there is, of course, there will be a set of neutral voters at least thinking what all, the kind of strong speeches Thomas Isaac is capable of delivering in the parliament. The kind of issues he will be successful in raising. He's somebody who studies issues very well and present it. So all of these things are there. This left some strong faces, plus the anti-incumbency against the state government, anti-incumbency against the sitting MPs. All of these are what we are going to see. I won't say in all the constituencies, at least in half of the constituencies, we will see, pretty good tight contest.
So considering anti-incumbency is there for MPs who have been sent to parliament, all of them are from Congress, UDF, and then
I think there's one left MP that they're AMR. There's anti-incumbency against him also in the constituency. It's not just against the Congress. There's anti-incumbency against him also. He's only one elected.
So that's the thing. No? There is an anti-incumbency feeling across the state. Kerala has almost always been a bipartisan state. It is either or. That BJP has been able to make inroads into it, but it hasn't actually been able to present itself as a third big front face within Kerala. That anti-incumbency, wouldn't that actually help BJP the advantage to slide into that neutral zone?
That's what I was trying to say. There is the BJP do have a space there to venture into that anti-incumbency factor and make most use of it. But the problem here is that both the parties, left and Congress, have solid support. Like, they will criticize the party. Uh, deep inside, they will criticize the party. They will say this was wrong, that was wrong, all of this. But uh, electing BJP, I actually feel this time BJP might increase the vote share like from what it was last time, because they do have all the favorable situations right now in the state. But Kerala generally is not a breeding ground for BJP. I won't say it is not exactly a breeding ground, but they do have this feeling that at the end of the day, Kerala is a state that has achieved great progress in terms of, in terms of health, literature, human development, infant mortality rate, everything. Kerala is at the top. So infant mortality rate, I mean the least infant mortality rate, the least amount of poverty recorded in the country is in Kerala. So Kerala, so there are the voters, for the voters, we have elected the left and the Congress over the last many years, and we did come to, of course, the only thing that's lacking here is the job opportunities and the industries also. But otherwise, if we see, Kerala has been on the top of the list, ruled by both left and Congress. So why should we have a third option when we actually are getting the basic things that any citizen in the country deserve? And they are a very harmonious community, a very secular community. Uh, just imagine Kerala's demography is so different. Like, it's so mixed with all the three communities, with each of them having considerable say. It's a Hindu majority state with 52% Hindu population. There's 26 to 28% of Muslim and 16 to 18% of Christian population. But each community has a say in everything. Like, and we see Kerala grew up, or it was nurtured as a very harmonious society. And they have this very strong feeling inside that BJP is a Hindutva party. And if a party like that is given chance in Kerala, Kerala might turn into Kerala might see things that they have not seen in the past. Like Kerala did not have not seen a riot in its history with after independence, with so much vibrant different population. We have never seen a riot. Even when the Babri Masjid was demolished, Kerala did not witness any riots. And that is the culture and the politics that this state has witnessed. So for a lot of them who are unsatisfied with the left and the Congress also will think that any day, anyway, any time, the left and the Congress is a better option for our state, for us, than BJP. That is definitely there. Because in Kerala, how much ever you try to reach out to the minority community or like, make things look fine, it's a very, very aware community out there. Like the people of Kerala do read, do know what's happening outside the country. So they will compare with issues like, in some parts we've seen, churches being demolished and all that. That can never happen in Kerala. So there will be a lot of people in the state who will be thinking like, what if such a situation happens in Kerala? It will be, the peace that we right now have might not be there. This is something I'm saying after talking to a lot of people. This is what a lot of them feel. Like a lot of people tell me this because they feel the left is not doing great as a state government right now. The sitting MPs in the state are also, not great. The Congress do have internal conflicts, leadership clashes, etc., etc., all this. But at the end of the day, they are a better choice for our state, for us, than the BJP. That's something a lot of the neutral voters in the state think. But politically, if you see, what why the BJP is not able to make inroads into that even when they have such favorable situation is the way Keralites think. They look at history, they look at present, they look at future. They're very aware of the principles of the country, the principles of the constitution, and they strongly feel that it is, it might get violated and all of this. And for us, we need a voice here, and that voice can be the left and the Congress. So that is there. That's of course BJP needs to have that strong faces also in the state to head the campaign against left and Congress and like make it very strong, rise as a huge third front and all that they do not have. Secondly, it's mainly I would say the way the voters think. Like you will see a lot of comments also. The left is like this, Congress is like this, but anyways, we will not vote for BJP. So I think that is the problem why the BJP is not able to make use of that anti-incumbency factor. Plus, whatever said the anti-incumbency factor, anything, the MPs and MLAs, when there is a crisis in the constituency, are always there. That you cannot deny. Like whenever there's a crisis, you will see your representatives first in the constituency. Uh, Probably the reason why we've seen Rahul Gandhi also stopping his Bharat Jodo Nyaya Yatra and running to Wayanad for a short while when there were a lot of protests in the district, by the citizens. Also because he is also probably aware that people will vote for you only if you stand with them during the time of crisis. Even with V.S. Kumar, I've heard a lot of people in the saying that Flood man was there for us. Like he led, he helped us. He was there at our home, helping us with a lot of things, ensure that we are safe. So these things are things that people think in their mind. They keep these as uh, as basics when they go to vote in the constituency.
Thank you so much, Shibi, for coming and discussing with me.
Thank you, Lisa.